So if you choose to focus on a particular energy, how is that bringing about the shift in the trajectory of your own transformation in your own life and all that is around you as it mirrors back your own consciousness and state of being? Welcome, friends. So I'm back this week for an energy guidance, knowing, as always, this is not limited to this week. So I got a new little bag from a baby's. I was actually using the runes bag, and so I wanted to put them in their own little unique home. Okay, so I'm just kind of connecting to them right now physically, and then the attunement to the frequency and the symbols is Montutoria, Montutoria. Montutoria. We ask for guidance on this 1111 portal, as well as for this week in the moment of the now, also knowing it is beyond time. These energies exist and will exist, and it is just a matter of our own sense of resonance and attunement to them, connecting when they resonate and disconnecting when they do not, in our own unique way. So what guidance wants to come through for this 1111 portal in this week and beyond? Keep getting 2, 3, and that generally means to pull 2 or 3 stones. So I'm going to do these individually, although 2 came in my hand. So the one that I had in my fingers was fire, and the one that came along for the ride was light. So fire and light, and then I'm just going to pull 1 more. What energy wants to complete this message? Space. Okay, so we have fire, and fire is all about transformation, alchemy. It can also be representative of that divine spark, also that inner fire within, which requires balance, right? A fire needs to be tended to, or else it'll burn out, or it'll rage out of control. So fire. And fire is also connected to the solar plexus chakra, the navel chakra, which is very much about our own individuation, our power, our will, our digestion, our energy. So again, each symbol can mean a lot. So that's fire. And then light. Light can mean many things. It can mean just simply light, right? It can mean the inner light within. It can speak to a sense of that divine knowing, guidance. It can also be an invitation to look at the dynamics between light and shadow, as light creates shadow when there's a block in the light. So fire, light, and then space. Space can mean many things, and Pepper just started snoring, so you may hear little Frenchy sounds in the background. So space can very much mean the inner space within, the mental space, your physical space. Space is also what is needed to create. If you think about it, you can't build a home if you don't have any space to build it. You can't create and cultivate an idea if you don't have the mental space, the mental bandwidth to receive it and to nourish it. So this can be very representative of different types of environments in terms of space, especially space that is meant to help foster creation. So it can also mean clearing out space, so clearing out emotional baggage, which has been a theme lately, right, with that original message from Theory Atlas around, well, it came through with the message a few weeks ago around clearing out ancestral, those denser ancestral energies like wounds, to make space to be in the reception of ancestral knowings. So with this, with fire, Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention. So space can also mean outer space and connecting with the cosmos. That might mean just gazing at the stars, and it might mean connecting with those galactic energies within, that Lyrian energy within, that Pleiadian energy within, knowing that you don't have to go outside of yourself to connect to it. So, fire, light, and space. So honestly, nothing is jumping out. Oftentimes something will jump out immediately, and sometimes I need to sit with it. So I'm going to sit with this and see what wants to come through. So what's wanting to come through right now around this is this transformation, but also knowing that it takes actual effort on one's own part to shift, to change, to transform. It doesn't just happen. And even when it seems like it just happens, oftentimes there was a lot going on leading up to that actually led to the transformation. So that also speaks to being present in each moment, because each moment can actually help you to see the transformation that is actually coming through you. And that can actually help to shift in the trajectory of the transformation. For when we are in it with a single point of view, we can transform, but it might not be in our highest and our greatest good, if you want to use those terms, if those bring about a sense of hierarchical energy. Just simply think about it as bringing you into the limitless state of being that you are. So when you are present to the moment within that inner fire, when you use that inner fire to illuminate, to shine light upon the space within, you can actually be more mindfully in co-creation of the transformation. And when you are present to your own, you can then also be present to the moments that you see in others, these momentarily shifts that you see, that you notice, that you feel. It may resonate at different levels and different layers, so be open to how you are in reception of it. For when you are in that present state of being, you can not only see those shifts and changes in real time for you, but also for others. And this will help in the current times and events that are taking place, as you can begin to be in observation and awareness and presence to them. You can begin to notice subtle and not so subtle shifts, and those can bring about a sense of intrigue, curiosity about the trajectory of where things are going, knowing that free will is your gift, much to come around free will. But that can also shift the trajectory. So notice where you are placing your energy, your focus, where that inner fire is illuminating the light and the space within you and around you, for that is telling in terms of the future in which you will inhabit. So if you choose to focus on a particular energy, how is that bringing about the shift in the trajectory of your own transformation in your own life and all that is around you as it mirrors back your own consciousness and state of being? You are always in choice of where you direct your energy, and choosing whether or not you direct your energy or you are open. And you allow your inner compass, your inner guidance, the limitless self, to help steer you in a way in which your transformation leads you on a trajectory in which you can embody the limitless self that you are, to be the limitless self that you are, no longer in limitation, but in the limitlessness that you innately always are. Blair is thinking that this went into a very, very different direction and was surprised by the channeling. So this is about being present to the shifts, to the changes, shining a light, using that inner will, inner power choosing where you focus your attention, choosing where you direct your energy, choosing what you are present to and not present to, knowing that that will inform the current transformational process that you are in and the trajectory that it will take you. Also knowing that nothing is final, everything is impermanent when you are informed, and everything is infinite. And knowing that if you go on a particular trajectory that you were not anticipating, you were steered there for a particular reason, for something needs to be seen and addressed on that path. And then you can always bring that sense of presence as you move through that experience or experiences, moving along that trajectory as you weave your way back into the embodiment of the limitless self that you always are. And so we will close this channeling for now, offering you this on this 1111 portal. Also knowing, as we have instructed Blair before, that these portals open up a sense of alignment to energies and opportunities to be within that limitless scope, that limitless energy that you are, that all is. It is always available. A portal just makes it more available, or seemingly more available, due to the mass consciousness believing in it to be so. It creates the accessibility within the common field for you to align and attune to it. Please know it is always available. You do not need to wait for a particular moment in the now, a particular portal on a calendar that may or may not be accurate to your actual internal experience at a multidimensional level. These energies are not subject to a particular point in your particular perception of time. They are eternal. They are always available. So yes, they may feel more available, for they are more accessible in the common field due to the belief system around them. And that is very important, that your belief systems and the collective belief systems can inform the common field as to what is possible. And yes, that is very much connected into the message before about being present to these shifts and changes within and around to inform the trajectory of where you are moving in your perception of linear time in the moment, in the now. And with that, we close. We say good day, good morrow, good bad, otherwise just simply allow it to be. We love you, we are you, we tune to you, we are with you always, always, always. We are no further than your breath. When you are present to your breath, present to the now, present to the moment, you can attune to what is always true, what is always available for you, within you, through you. Allow your inner fire to illuminate the space within and the space around and the spaces beyond. Okay. That was a delightful surprise. I was feeling so like usually something immediately jumps out at me and nothing was, and I was not expecting that. So there we are. There was the message that felt pretty powerful in terms of finding a sense of empowerment through these times as well. So I'm going to sit with that. I invite you to sit with whatever resonated. Again, if it didn't, just putting anything on a shelf, not necessarily dismissing something, for it may resonate at a later time. And until that time, until next time, until what is time, right? Until next time. Stay curious, friends.